us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and what it is that you do.
I'm nobody.
Yes, I like that.
I'm Katrina with Katrina's Graceful Creations. I started out doing my YouTube channel because, my son. I quit my job, walked away from that, and I thought about, just showing how I can do everything on my own and show the pros and the cons, the good and the bad as you're starting your journey. So I started my Christian clothing line I have right here. It's called Move in Grace. So that eventually started to take off, and I was able to walk away from my full-time job on my YouTube platform. And then I just started teaching everybody different methods of printing, different methods of how to run a successful business as a single parent, how to walk away from your 9-to-5 job if that's what you so desire, and how to do it at home being a single parent. And it just literally took off from there. So I went from doing my own Christian clothing line to doing other crafts to supplement my income as well. That's when I opened up my Etsy shop. And then I literally just started to say, I want to do something for kids. I want to do something for youth. I wanted to take my son's situation and just use it to promote that you can take a negative situation and turn it into good. So I started my son's clothing line, which is called Too Hype, because my son has ADHD. So I've been just doing that. So now I'm really just focusing on my clothing brands, focusing on teaching people how to promote and start their own brands. And I just do a lot of coaching. I do a lot of coachings and one-on-ones. And I'm about to get into the digital game as well, like digital download. So, just doing what I can to keep everything going, keep the momentum going.
If someone was trying to start a YouTube thing, right? Because for us, it started as just a thing. I'm just going to create videos and put it on the internet. But then it gets to the point where nobody's watching those videos. Nobody's commenting, because even though you said comment and this and the third, and now you're giving up. So how do you encourage somebody that wants to start and they just can't find that push, man? Like,
I get this question all the time. So if you are trying to start a YouTube channel, it just depends on, are you comfortable being on screen? So you can have a YouTube channel where you're not on screen. I tell people that all the time. You don't have to show your face. But the most important thing is that you start. You do have to have some type of confidence, because when people look at your videos, they're gonna wanna learn from you. They're gonna wanna be able to say, how can I relate to you? So that's how I think my YouTube channel grew, because I wasn't afraid, even though I had my own securities, I wasn't afraid to get out there, put myself out there, make mistakes, because people learn from mistakes. I tell that people all the time. So if I make a mistake, if I'm not perfect, I don't care, because that's who I wanna learn from. I wanna learn from someone who is relatable. So just know that if you want to start a YouTube channel, just start, because you never know where it will take you. You could be just one video away from going viral. So I just say just start.
So I started, you said start, I started. People are starting to come, this thing is starting to grow, right? Or people are starting to just say things in the comments that's making me feel like, man, I'm not even built for this thing anymore. I'm ready to give up, right? So like, speak to those folks that are just focusing to those like people in the comments are just, what do you call them, trolls? They're just hanging out,
haters.
they're not posting anything, but they're so busy. So like,
people
talk about that.
who don't have YouTube channels or platforms, they have so much to say, right? But I say you gotta block out the noise. As one of my cousins used to say, you gotta have tough skin in this business. So it doesn't matter if you're on social media or not, but if you are on social media, because I get comments as well, I just choose to ignore it, or I choose to delete it, or I choose to block it out, because I know what my goals are. I know what I'm working towards, and I just have to, have tunnel vision. I have to know what I'm doing, and I just have to feel that, if this is what I want to do, no matter what else is going on around me, no matter what the next person has going on, I have to stay in my lane, and I have to stay focused, and I'm not going to let all of that deter me. So that's going to set you apart from the next person. Are you going to keep going when your back is up against the wall? Are you going to keep going when people are talking about you? Because whether you're doing good, they're going to talk about you. Whether you're doing bad, they're going to talk about you. The good thing is that they are talking. So keep promoting your business, keep promoting your brand, keep putting yourself out there, because if it's not you, it's going to be somebody else. So just keep doing you, stay true to who you are, and it doesn't matter what everybody else says or thinks.
That's good. YouTube is a business, right? We get into it somehow. We want to eventually make this thing a business and try to bring in income and work with brands and stuff like that. And most of the things I see you're collabing with a bunch of partners, we call them, and brands. How can one get into that space of where brands are able to contact them, work with them, and like, or even handle the no's, right? Or knowing which brand to even work with, because not all of them that hit the DM, right, or in your inbox, you go, oh yeah, I want to go after them, right? So like, talk me through that process and how you decide who to work with, and how does that benefit you as a brand owner?
Good question. Wow, he really put me on the spot today. So when I first started my YouTube channel, it wasn't about the money. And I think when you start your channel, when you start your business, it shouldn't be about the money. Even though, of course, that's in the back of your mind. You want it to be a business, you want it to grow, you want to be successful. But I think because I enjoy doing what I do, and I'm just so natural at it, and then I bring in humor, I bring in, you know, my personality. That's how my channel grew. So in the beginning, I was saying, yes, I want brand deals, but I didn't know how it was going to come about. So once my channel started to grow, and because of the techniques that I use, because of how, you know, I have such good audience engagement is key. So whether you have 30,000 subscribers or over 100,000 subscribers, which I do now, it's all about your community, all about your engagement, and that's what those brand partners that they look for. Because if they see that, you know, okay, these people are really into her videos, they're really into what she's doing, that's how you're an influencer. Because you can have thousands of subscribers, but are you influential? Are you making an impact? So once you have that type of delivery, that's when they can say, okay, we want to put our products in front of your audience, because you actually can influence people to buy them. So you just have to make sure that when you first start, even though you don't know what's coming down the line, you have to treat it like a business. So I handled it. Choosing the right name is so key, because no brand deal, Sony or whoever, or Hoop Tech or Racoma, they're not going to come and say, let me partner with Fly Girls on the Block.
Right.
You know, I'm just using that for an example. But, you know, it has to be something that's going to be able to represent the company well. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and your channel is growing, and you feel like, you know, you're doing it in a way where people are actually kind of looking up to you, or they're coming to you for your reviews, companies will reach out. I didn't reach out to anyone now. I've reached out to a few people now because I'm at that level where I can literally say, okay, I want to work with you. But 9 times out of 10, the companies do send me an email, and you just have to decipher. You do have to have a core group of people that say I have another influencer friend, because you want to talk amongst yourself to make sure that you all are getting a good, fair treatment, to make sure you all are getting good deals and on the same level. But I just really say, just start, put yourself out there, and your channel will grow. Deals will come if you take it seriously. It'll come. It'll happen for you.
Because we're talking about working with brands and building your channel, building your business, I tell people all the time, right, you need to be focused on in a particular area. We said niches bring riches and all of those things, right? Like, I don't think your YouTube channel would grow the same way if you were doing videos about cell phones and videos about this camera, and then videos about heat presses and embroidery, right? Like, those are different angles.
Yes.
So, like, how do you decide which direction to go to when building your brand? And yeah, like, speak to that a little bit.
Well, you have to do something that you're passionate about. There's a difference. You can do something that you're passionate about, or something that you just think, okay, I just want to make money from this. The best thing is to do something that you can make money from, and that you're passionate about, and that you're knowledgeable about. Because I can't be up here talking about, you know, something that I know nothing about. It's not going to come across like I know what I'm talking about. You're not going to watch that if I'm fumbling and I have no idea what I'm talking about. But for me, when I started my channel, when I started my Etsy shop, for example, I didn't have just one niche, because I didn't know what was going to sell right away. So I was doing bling, I was doing like birthday shirts, I was doing, you know, Christian shirts, I was doing all those different niches. So for me, it just happened to work out that way, where I had a bunch of different sub-niches and categories, but I was doing, it all fell under the umbrella of the t-shirt business. It all fell under the umbrella, it all fell under the, and you gotta edit that.
I got you.
It all fell under the umbrella of, you know, t-shirt printing, you know, different methods used. So it didn't really matter what type of t-shirt I was selling. So, now I'm doing t-shirts, now I'm doing sublimation, now I'm doing, DTF, and I'm doing embroidery. So those are all different niches, but it's still all under the umbrella of, working from home, doing the t-shirt business and all that. So I just say do what you love and see what sells.
It's always been good hanging out with you and getting to connect and actually get to know you behind the lens, on the other side of the camera, because most of the time you run into people, we are a whole different person behind the camera, but then when you put that camera in their face in real life, they can't even say a word.
I know, you put me on the spot. This was literally on the spot. I was not prepared.
So tell the people a little bit about where they can find you, how they can connect with you. And
you guys can definitely follow me on all platforms. Katrina's Graceful Creations. On YouTube is Katrina's Graceful Creations. On Instagram is Katrina's_Graceful Creations. On IG and on TikTok.
Awesome. Nice.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure meeting you for the very first time.
Right. Appreciate it.
All right.